Clearly, the fundamental part of a democracy is that people have their say. And, this evening can become a series of monologues. You might argue that is literally what you've paid for, but really, we should be mature enough as a democracy to tolerate discussion. So there's lots going on in the world at the moment. I thought it might be nice just to have a little discussion. Sir, what's your name?
My name's Mike.
Hi, Mike. That's great. So, that's great, Mike. Nice to meet you. Mike, what do you do for a living?
I'm a florist.
A florist?
Yeah, florist.
A florist. That's great. What's your favourite flower?
Stop belittling my work.
Sorry. That's fair. So, Mike, as a florist, I'm interested to know, what do you think Britain should be doing regarding Libya at the moment?
Well, as a florist, John, I think it's important to establish order as quickly as possible.
All right.
Then withdraw without repeating the mistakes of the past by trying to install a puppet government without popular support. I just think it's really imperative that free and fair elections are staged as soon as is practical, straight away.
Right, just because as a florist, I thought you might just want to kind of put Tripoli in a vase of water, otherwise it would wither and die.
That's not what we florists think at all, Tom.
Okay, that's fair enough. The lady over there, what's your name?
My name's Claire.
Hi, Claire.
I work in data entry, and John, I think Mike the florist is thinking criminally short-term about Libya.
Oh, that's interesting, Claire.
I'm generally against war, as are all data enterers, but I think that having helped the rebels in Libya, we've got a duty to stay the course and help establish a democracy for them.
That's an interesting point, Claire. Mike?
No, I think we've seen in Iraq and Afghanistan how risky it is to get sucked in. I can only see us inflaming the situation if we don't let Libya.
That's an interesting point. No, it's based on discussion. The man with his hand up right at the back there.
Hi, I'm a retired postman called Wes, and let me tell you, I am fed up of hearing people knock the way that we behaved in Libya. Saddam was an evil man, and we've done the people of Libya a very great kindness in removing him.
Saddam that's a different country. That was a war. This isn't. What are you talking about, Wes?
Well, it's easy for you to say that, John, but you've got no proof of that.
What? Wes, I'm sorry. I know. What are you talking about?
Well, to be honest, it was this kind of view that made me have to retire from the postal service, John. They just couldn't handle it.
Is it dark, Wes? Are you struggling to read the script? It seemed like you stumbled over a word there.
What, mate? I'm an instinctive conversationalist.
So I'm sorry, Wes. You're right. Anyone else, Wes?
Can I just say hello to my husband Peter and my daughter Rosie, please?
No, it's not really.
Who are currently serving with the NATO troops helping in Libya?
Okay, yes, sure, by all means.
She stitched you up there, John.
All right, you, Wes. This is actually a lot more difficult than it looks.
Yeah, good comeback.
All right, Mike, thanks for helping out, but it's not going to...
Look, John, you're not treating this issue with the seriousness it demands.
You're right, Claire. Let's get this discussion back on track. Thank you. Claire, as a data enterer, do you think we're culpable in some way for the mass arms dealings that we did with Gaddafi? And are we going to be made to answer for that by the Libyan people?
Well, myself and the other data enterers in my office...
Yeah?
We think all arms deals should be judged on a case-by-case basis.
Come on, Claire, that is just a recipe for
Right, Mike, you've had your say.
Mike, that is just typical of you florists. The situation is far too complicated to back yourself into a corner by sticking to absolutist rules.
Okay, Claire.
You're dodging the question,
Easy.
Claire.
I'm not, Mike.
Shut your data entering face.
Hey.
No, I won't do that, Mike. I just don't see the benefit in tying yourself to a single solution to widely differing problems.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So, thank you very much.
I think I've got a lot of support in the room for that as well. Not from us in the postal service, you haven't. As a working mother of four, let me have my say.
Wes?
I think Tony Blair should be knighted for what he's done for the Falkland Islands.
He's not been Prime Minister, and he...
What is an outrageous thing to say? Stick it up your arse, you frigid lesbian hippie.
Wes, that is not acceptable.
No, Wes, that's completely out of order. She can live how she wants to live, you fat northern twat.
That's a nice gesture, but it's horribly expressed.
Thanks for sticking up for me, Mike.
No problem, Claire. Okay. That's no way for anyone to speak to a data enterer.
That's right, Mike.
Mike, you botanical w***er, I'm going to kill you.
Easy, Wes.
I'm going to kill you.
Easy. Well, I think we've all learnt the limitations of human discourse there. Is there anything anyone else would like to say before we go into the interval?
Oh, hi.
Oh, no.
Over here.
That's very brave.
Over here in the corner, John. I'm Petula Wall from near Falkirk.
Are you?
And as a part-time librarian, I think that Afghanistan is now overdue and should be returned. Otherwise, the United Nations should issue a very large fine.
Them's fighting sounds, Petula.
Nay bother, wee laddie.
No,